am Jose Diaz from Diaz Tools. I received this knife from one of my testers the other day. He had mentioned to me that he didn't like how the knife had rusted during his hike. Unfortunately, tool steel does rust, and it does easily rust. You have to care for it a little bit, and if you can't oil it, it will rust in the field when it gets wet. There are circumstances where you're going to be caught in the rain, the sheath gets wet, water gets inside the sheath, and the knife will rust. It is an expectation for carbon steel or tool steel to rust. But there's an easy solution when you're out in the field, if the rust bothers you. Rust is just something that happens. It's just a stain on the knife. It's easily cleaned away, and it doesn't affect the performance of the knife. It won't make the knife weaker. It just puts a little stuff on the knife there for you to see. You get the knife, and it's all shiny. But when it rusts, you get these little red and blacks on them. So I'm going to show you how to take those off in the field, just to preserve the functionality of the tool, and then makes it easier for you to clean it up when you get back home as well. So here on this knife, you'll see that on the edge there's some rust, and a bit on the body here as well, on the flats. This happened when it was in the sheath and it rained, and water got inside the sheath and caused the knife to rust. On the bevel here, you'll sharpen this, and when you sharpen this, this will go away. When you're in the field and the knife's still sharp, you don't need to sharpen it. What you'll do is you take a little bit of this river muck, and get the silt if you can. You gotta dig down around for it. There you go. Just get this silt and get all those big bits out. And what you do is you rub that into the knife. And what that'll do is act as an abrasive. Now just keep your fingers away from the edge. And what you want to do is get the bulk of that rust off of there. Anything that's you can feel that's kind of a defect on the steel itself. As you can see, that's already starting to go away. Be sure that when you put the knife back in the sheath that the knife is completely dry. So now it's left, if you got a smooth surface, which means the knife's pretty functional still, you can still carve very well with it. Now silt works best, but sand also works well too. See, there's little bigger grits there. And just rub it on there, and it starts to rub away that rust. Tool steel has an advantage. It's a little tougher than stainless steel. Stainless steel does rust. It's a lot harder to rust it. But it's not as tough, physically tough. So it won't take the abuses of batoning as well as tool steel will. So though it does have a propensity to rust, and it rusts a little easier, there is an advantage to using it. I'm with, no, just keep recording. me. Hey, try and hold the camera still.
I know.
I don't want my tool steel. Do you have the knife in here too? Or just my face?
Just your face.
Okay.
Bring it up higher.
That's my camera girl. Thank you, Alina. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. No problem.
Are you sure? I'm not convinced. There you go. That's better.